I'm Joonseo, the managing editor of Journal Region. I have to inform you that unfortunately Dr. Silverbaum cannot make a trip to Korea because of his health problem. So I will read the paper that Dr. Silverbaum and I prepared together for this conference. The Journal Region, Crossing Borders and Connecting Eurasia to the Globalizing World. Preparations for the publication of Region. It has been 4 years since we started discussions on the publication of Region. In order to explain why we gave our journal its name, I think I should start by mentioning the research project that the Institute of Russian Studies, Hankuk University of Foreign Studies, was working on at that time. ILS was selected as the research institute for the Humanities Korea project initiated by the National Research Foundation of Korea in November 2009 under its thesis entitled Reconstructing Dimensions of Russian Humanities, a Korean Perspective. The Humanities Korea, that is HK project, was founded by the government and was to be carried out over a 10-year period. One of the most notable features of the research agenda the ILS has worked on is that it focused on analysis of Russia's politics, economy, culture, society, and history at the local level instead of the national or government level as the previous research he had done. While carrying out this project, the HK research team of ILS described that it should publish on international journals so that our research agenda could be shared not only in domestic academic circles but also in foreign academia, and that we will be able to share various research results on diverse topics. It was against this backdrop that we decided to name the journal Region. The title symbolizing the aim and goal of the HK research team in performing its research. In formulating our editorial department, we contacted many scholars from Russia, North America, Europe, including Eastern Europe, and Asia, including Central Asia, and selected those we thought would fit well while taking into consideration several different factors such as their fields of expertise, presence as scholars, and nationality as well as regional balance. Currently, the fields of expertise of our editors include politics, economy, society, history, geography, folklore, literature and culture, and our editorial department consists of 25 editors from 8 countries around the world, such as Russia, Poland, Kyrgyzstan, the United Kingdom, the United States, Canada, China, and Korea, as well as managing editor and a book review editor. We are very grateful to all of our editors who accepted our offer without hesitation when we explained the purpose of our journal and asked them to join us as editors. Region's editors come from various academic and regional backgrounds and are renowned in their respective fields of expertise. They are playing an important role in improving the quality of our journal even further by evaluating the manuscripts we receive and encouraging the submission of high-quality articles to our journal in various areas. As for the publication of Region, we chose Slavica publishers to publish our journal on behalf of IRS. Slavica Publishers is affiliated with Indiana University, and it has published specialty books and journals on Slavic studies. Indiana University is known to have a number of highly reputable research institutes and graduate school programs on Russia, Eastern Europe, and Central Asia, And Slavica Publishers has published the results of many prominent studies in these areas in helping Indiana University establish its strong reputation. After going through this long process, the first issue of Region was published in January 2012, and so far a total of 6 issues have been published, with 2 issues being published every year. Features and contents of Region. Region's scope of geographical coverage extends not only to Russia, but also to Eastern Europe and Central Asia. This is because many of countries in Eastern Europe and Central Asia were once socialist countries and thus share many similarities with Russia in terms of politics, economy, society, and culture. Also, it should be noted that the title region is not intended to mean only the regions of a single country. It also refers to wider regions such as the East Asian region, East European region, and Central Asian region and Eurasian region as a whole. So in our journal, we would like to retain the multiple meanings of the term region. It may also be worthwhile to note that meaning of the term region is not fixed on or invariable. The Cold War system collapsed in the early 1990s, and developments in communication and transportation have led to accelerated globalization. As a result, in Russia, Eastern Europe, and Central Asia, which are the 3 key areas of interest of our journal, there are not many regions that are isolated from the rest of the world. Today, regions within a country are under constant influence from the external world in terms of culture, economy, and society. Thus, we aim to take a closer look into the changes or problems of a region caused by the influence of the outside world, as well as the various responses of the residents in the region. Further, we also seek to understand the special factors that brought changes to specific regions while identifying and analyzing the traditional features of the regions and their changes after embracing external factors. Insights into these issues will be found in the articles that are published through our journal. To briefly introduce some of the key themes we deal with in our journal, they include regional identities in globalized societies, the communication and transmission of information, migration and boundaries, political, economic, social, and cultural traditions, theories and methodology of regional studies in the context of globalization, imagined territories, including cyberspace, urban versus rural, center versus periphery, etc. Region aims to regularly introduce research done by scholars from regions that have rarely been at the center of attention. In fact, only on limited occasions have the works of scholars from Russia, Eastern Europe, and Central Asia been published in English. It is fair to say that one of the main reasons for this lamentable situation is the language barrier. Most of the articles published in English that deal with the regions of our interest are written by scholars in the United States and Western Europe, particularly United Kingdom. By contrast, Region seeks to regularly publish articles of scholars from the region is of our interest, namely Russia, Eastern Europe, and Central Asia, and analyze the similarities and differences between the perspectives of scholars of the US and UK and those from regions themselves. Also, we try to share the current situation or past experience of the particular regions, which are rarely available to those who are not scholars in the regions. We are proud to say that we have so far been accomplishing these goals. From the very first issue to the latest, we have introduced at least one article by a Russian or Eastern European scholar. Of course, this is not to say that we publish anything written by scholars of those regions. Only those submissions that pass our strict review and evaluation can be published in the region. One example of the interesting articles that have been published in region under our publishing policy is the essay written by Elena Trubina of Ural Federal University of Russia, which was published in the July 2012 in issue volume 1, number 2. Her article entitled International Events in Non-Capital Post-Soviet City Between Place-Making and Re-Centralization assessed the impact of the 2 rounds of international summit talks held in Yekaterinburg, a major city in the Ural region, on the public officers and residents of the region, and analyzed the impact of globalization on the city. Furthermore, the January 2013 issue carried an article entitled Korean Cultural Products in Eastern Europe, a case study of the K-pop impact in Romania, in which the authors Valentin Marinescu, a Romanian socialist of the University of Bucharest, and Ekaterina Balika of Romanian Academy, analyzed the reason why the Korean pop music is popular among the young generation in Romania. In addition, the January 2014 issue published a review by Ivan Gurila of Russia's Volgograd State University. Although it was not an article, but a review of articles by Western scholars, it was notable in that it showed the difference of the perspectives between Russian scholars and Western scholars. In fact, the January 2014 edition was a special edition featuring analysis of a latest Russian local election by 7 Western scholars, with Ivan Kurila commenting on the strengths and weakness of the analysis of the Western scholars. Currently, Region has published 3 editions featuring special issues. The first was First Decade of Post-Communism, which was carried in the first issues. The issue published essays that analyzed both at the national and local level how the former socialist countries have changed in political, economic, social, and cultural aspects over the 20 years since the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991. The second special issue was the return of regional elections in Russia, published in January this year, carrying essays on Russian local politics and the relationship between local and central governments. The July 2014 issue, in a section entitled Russia and Asia, carried essays on the relationship between Russia and China, including from Kyakhta to Vladivostok, Russian merchants and tea trades by Taiwanese historian Chin-Yun Lee. This article examined how Russia failed in globalization by researching the status of the tea trade in the Russian Far East during the period from the end of the 19th century to the early 20th century. Another such article was Chinese Russia, Imperial Consciousness in Vladimir Sorokin's work by Tatiana Filimonova, which, unlike aforementioned article, analyzed the image of China depicted in modern Russian literature and presented an interesting description of the way globalized Russia understands itself through others. Further tasks and plans. Though region is only 3 years old, it has persistently sought changes in order to improve its quality and to become a widely recognized academic journal. This year, we earmarked a page for the book review editor in order to carry reviews of more diverse kinds of books. In addition, we increased the number of our editors while considering their areas of expertise and their nationality. Indeed, 3 editors from Russia, the US, and Poland have joined us since our inception. One of the important contributions that region has made to academia is that it has introduced subjects and issues related to local regions on which scholars have not paid much attention. Beyond such positive outcomes, however, there are also future tasks that we need to deal with. First of all, we have been trying to come up with various ways to promote our journal so that region can be more widely known in international academic circles. At the same time, we are planning to register our journal on more diverse databases so that readers can access our journal more easily. Also, in terms of contents, we are encouraging experts in Eastern Europe and Central Asia to contribute so that we can publish more of their work in the future. In particular, we are planning on publishing special editions on Eastern Europe and Central Asia to follow up on our special edition on Russia. We will also introduce more of the research and fruits thereof by Asian scholars besides those of European or American scholars, so that region will be able to serve as a venue where scholars around the world can have discussions and share their thoughts and views on regional issues in Eurasia. Thank you so much.